Any
So,
time now?
yeah, can you tell me what this is all about? What? Yes, I'm Chaos Cosades. But what do you mean you were told to report to me? What are you talking about? So, you say your name is Thule and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it. Sure, here you are. Yes, very interesting. So, it says here the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. You ready to follow my orders too? Yes. Good. Welcome to the service, novice Thule. Now you belong to the blades. With the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces, you can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our blades trainers now. If you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the blades trainers. Yes, ask about the trainers. These blades agents offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tiermalin, and Ninetoes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Surain Lerain. In Aldrune, see Gildan. Syorbar Horsemouth lives in the hut west of Aldrune, and Alone the Scout can be found at a real straight house inside a mead. Let's talk about the blades. We're spies. We're the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports. And when the Emperor commands, we obey. We're only one of many guilds and factions in Morrowind. You should know a little amount about Morrowind politics before you get involved with any of these other groups. Groups favoring Imperial interests are the Blades, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Thieves Guild. Groups favoring native Dunmer interests are House Redoran, House Lalu, House Telvanni, the Temple, Morat Tong, Kamona Tong, and Ashlanders. A lot of yeah topics. Yeah, they're splitting up. Let's talk about the Blades trainers. Warrior Rithleen lives 2 houses south. Healer Tarmalin lives 2 houses south. To get to Hunter Ninetoes, leave my door facing the directions. I'll go through the options just so I can get my journal updated. Mage Rain Lorraine is in Caldera, the next town north. At least directions there. Next, Syorbar Horsemouth, Master at Arms. At least alone. I can't go that far anymore. Okay. Kamona Tong. Kamona Tong is Morrowind's native criminal syndicate. They're tough and ruthless and have connections in the higher ranks of House Lalu. The Kamona Tong compete directly with the Thieves Guild for control of illegal trade, and Kamona Tong will not tolerate competition. Compared with the Kamona Tong, the Thieves Guild is relatively decent and honorable, certainly less brutal. They don't accept Outlanders as members, forget about it. So Kamona Tong is... we can't join them. The Fighters Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Aedes Fire-Eye, the Balmora Guild steward. She's new and I don't know her well. Perseus Mercius, the Alderoon Guild steward. I know and trust, but he only handles higher ranking assignments. Fort Moonmoth. Moonmoth Fort is the Imperial Legion garrison southeast of Balmora, just outside of town. Ratharn Hart is the knight in charge. Between the Imperial Legions and the Imperial Cult staff, they have about a dozen service providers out there. House Slalu. House Slalu is one of the 3 Dunmer Great Houses on Vardenfell. They are loyal supporters of the Empire, open-minded in religious and cultural matters, and greedy and ambitious in the best Imperial tradition. It's difficult to rise in their ranks as an outlander, but the Great Houses hold the power in Morrowind. Talk to Lalu counselors if you want to become a Lalu retainer. Yeah, Telvanni, definitely. And they might view the Empire negatively, but my interest in magic goes before any such loyalties. House Redorn is one of the 3 Dunmer Great Houses on Vardenfell. A very serious and honorable bunch. It's difficult for an outlander to join and rise in their ranks. The Great Houses are, major powers. It repeats the previous text. House Telvanni is one of the 3 Great Houses. Their nobles are 1,000-year-old wizards. Telvanni are supposed to hate politics, foreigners, and just about everything else, but the Vardenfell Telvanni are apparently more ambitious and adventurous than most. I don't know much about them, but they do hire Western mercenaries, and some even rise to higher ranks. Talk to Telvanni counselors if you want to become a Telvanni retainer. Okay, what's the Imperial Cult? Imperial Cult worships the 9 divines. The Aedra Akatos, Dibella, Arcade, Zenithar, Mara, Sendar, Kinnereth, and Julianos, and Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. In Morrowind, it's partly maintaining the faith for outlanders like us, and partly a missionary cult, bringing enlightenment to the heathen Dunmer. You can see Somutis Vanis at Fort Moonmoth to join, but you have to go to Ebonheart if you want to become a lay servant. Another faction to join, potentially. We'll have to probably make a few choices. I don't think you can join all great houses, at least advance very far in them. So Telvanni is ours. I don't feel the need to join everything. I do want to get my tentacles into quite a few pies, but not everything. Slay servant. Servant of the Imperial Cult. Not a lot of excitement, but safe, honorable, and rewarding. First you have to join the Imperial Cult, then go to the Imperial Chapels in Ebonheart to get work. See Sinolian Tunifis to become a lay healer. See Aeolis Strupter to become an almoner, a fundraiser. See Kaye to become a shrine sergeant. They do the more dangerous jobs. Healer might be a thing for us. Little advice. How do you know when you're being given a task too tough for you? You have to decide. If it seems too tough, it probably is. Guild stewards and faction leaders don't really know how much you can handle, and some don't care. You have to look out for yourself. But as long as you haven't been given a deadline for completion, it's usually smart to wait and tackle those tough jobs after you're stronger and better equipped. That's really a problem. We have basically a worthless weapon, worthless armor, because we don't even have an intact armor. We have few pieces here and there, I think boots and some kind of a shoulder pad, basically. We don't have a lot of spells. We can't replenish our magicka at this point. So basically, our combat ability is pretty much non-existent. We're level 1 also, so it's another negative on our list. So if I can do things that are non-combat related, I'll try to do that. But our main objective after going through these few options is we need to find a way to do alchemy. So probably we'll go shopping. Mage's Guild. It's a guild for the arcane arts, and it's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up the ranks. Mage's Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Rani's Atheris is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice, Ajira, seems okay for a Khajiit. Morak Tong. Morak Tong is a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal, and guided by a strict code of conduct. It's an ancient Dunmer society steeped in tradition, but I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morak Tong. They are nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them. But the temple. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Al-Malexia, Sothasil, and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious, but I find a lot to admire, particularly their concern for the poor. They accept Outlanders as members, but few Outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Feldrelo Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking about joining. Might be interesting. Thieves Guild. We have sort of a thievish, roguish streak in us, so this might be a option too. In the rest of the Empire, the Thieves Guild is a more or less organized group of local criminal syndicates governing illegal trade in their communities. Here in Morrowind, the Thieves Guild is the newcomer. The established local crime lords are called the Kamona Tong. The Thieves Guild doesn't advertise, partly because to avoid the law, and partly to avoid the Kamona Tong, who have sworn to destroy the upstart Thieves Guild. Sugarlips Habasi over at the South Wall is the local guild boss. Orders, give me orders. First thing, Pilgrim, you're new and you look it. Here's 2,200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon or armor or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild or Imperial Cult or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on your own. Look for freelance work or trouble. Then when you're ready, come back and I have orders for you. Okay, freelance work. You can always just wander around and ask for work. Hunt monsters and sell their hides. Collect ingredients for alchemists. Prey on bandits and smugglers. Search ruin for loot. All you need are better skills and conditioning and knowledge of Morrowind. And spend what you earn on equipment and training. Then come back a little less wet behind the ears. I won't have to worry so much about you when I send you on a mission. I still like to get the actual mission. Ready for orders? Good. Talk to Hasfat Antabolis at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the Sixth House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first, probably an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antabolis and report back to me. By the way, Hasvat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And I have a new history book in here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. Okay. Nerevarine. Some Dunmer believe that an orphan and outcast, a youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents, will one day unite all of the tribes of Dunmer, drive out the invaders of Morrowind, and establish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. They call this orphan and outcast the Nerevarine, and say the Nerevarine will be a reincarnation of the long-dead Dunmer general and first counselor, Lord Indoril Nerevar. Sixth House. A trusted informant says there are secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and more important, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. The illiterate Ashlanders pass down their customs and history in the form of poetic verses. Among the things they preserve in verse are the dreams and prophetic visions of their wise women. In particular, the verses that foretell the coming of the Nerevarine. I don't know much about it, that's why I'm sending you to find out. Morrowind history. Janet Sid's little book is a good place to start. I have a copy here, take it. You might also look for On Morrowind, the Imperial Province by Eramanve of Sunhold. A lot of things to do. And I think this was a skill book. Short history of Morrowind. Okay, 10 pages. I think I'll read that. Might prove to be vital information to understand what's going on here. Okay, from the introduction. Led by the legendary prophet Vilath, the ancestors of the Dunmer, exiles from Altmer cultures in present-day Somerset Isle, came to the region of Morrowind. In earliest times, the Dunmer were harassed or dominated by Nord sea raiders when the scattered Dunmer tribes consolidated into the predecessors of the modern Great House clans. They threw out the Nord oppressors and successfully resisted further incursions. The ancient ancestors' worship of the tribes was in time superseded by the monolithic tribunal temple theocracy, and the Dunmer grew into a great nation called Resdain. Resdain was the last of the provinces to submit to Tiber Septim. Like Black Marsh, it was never successfully invaded, and was peacefully incorporated by treaty into the empire as the province of Morrowind. Almost 4 centuries after the coming of the Imperial Legions, Morrowind is still occupied by Imperial Legions, with a figurehead Imperial King, though the Empire has reserved most functions of the traditional local government, the ruling councils of the 5 great houses. On Vardenfell district. In Third Era 414, Vardenfell territory, previously a temple preserve under Imperial protection, was reorganized as an Imperial provincial district. Vardenfell had been maintained as a preserve administered by the temple since the Treaty of the Armistice, and except for a few great house settlements sanctioned by the temple, Vardenfell was previously uninhabited and undeveloped. When the centuries-old temple ban on trade and settlement of Vardenfell was revoked by King of Morrowind, a lot of imperial colonists and great house Dunmer came to Vardenfell. expanding old settlements and building new ones. The new district was divided into Redoran, Hlalu, Telvanni and Temple districts, each separately administered by local house councils or temple priesthoods, and under the advice and consent of Duke Dren and the district council in Ebonheart. Local law became a mixture of house law and imperial law in house districts, jointly enforced by house guards and legion guards, with temple law and imperial law enforced in the temple district by ordinators. The temple was still recognized as the majority religion, but worship of the nine divines was protected by the legions and encouraged by imperial cult missions. The temple district included the city of Vivek, the fortress of Ghostgate, and all sacred and profane sites, including those blighted areas inside the Ghost Fens, and all unsettled and wilderness areas on Vardenfell. In practice, this district included all parts of Vardenfell not claimed for Redoran, Hlalu, or Delani districts. The temple stubbornly fought all development in their districts and were largely successful. House Hlalu, in combination with imperial colonies, embarked on a vigorous campaign of settlements and development. In the decades after reorganization, Balmora and the Ascadian Isles region have grown steadily. Caldera and Pelagiad are completely new settlements, and all legion forts were expanded to accommodate larger garrisons. House Telvanni, normally conservative and isolationist, has been surprisingly aggressive in expanding beyond their traditional tower villages. Disregarding the protests of other houses, the temple, the duke, and the district council, Telvanni pioneers have been encroaching on the wildlands reserved to the temple. The Telvanni Council officially disavows responsibility for these rogue Telvanni settlements, but it is an open secret that they are encouraged and supported by ambitious Telvanni magelords. Under pressure from the temple, conservative House Redoran has steadfastly resisted expansion in their district. As a result, House Redoran and the temple are in danger of being politically and economically marginalized by the more aggressive and expansionist Hlalu and Telvanni interests. The imperial administration faces many challenges in the Vardenfell district, but the most serious are the great house rivalries, animosity from the Ashlander nomads, internal conflict within the temple itself and the Red Mountain Blight, struggles between Great House, Temple, and imperial interests to control Vardenfell's resource could at any time erupt into full-scale war. Ashlanders raid settlements, plunder caravans, and kill foreigners on their white lands. The temple has unsuccessfully attempted to silence criticism and calls for reform within its rank. But most serious are the plagues and diseased hosts produced by the blight storm sweeping out from Red Mountain. Vardenfell and all Morrowind have long been menaced by the legendary evils of Dagath-Ur and his ash vampire kin dwelling beneath Red Mountain. For centuries the temple has contained this threat within the coast fence, but recently the temple's resources and will have faltered, and the threat from Red Mountain has grown in scale and intensity. If the ghost fence should fail, and hosts of blighted monsters were to spill out across Vardenfell's towns and villages, Empire might have no choice but to evacuate Vardenfell district and abandon it to disease and corruption. So, brief overview of what's going on, who are the major actors, and what the major issues are. So, Great House is the Temple, Imperial faction, and the Red Mountain. Now we know. Yeah, good skooma pipe. Yeah, it's a truck addy. Moon sugar. I need to... How do I know what can I take and what? I assume I can't take anything. Ah, track. I'd like to join the Thieves Guild just to get rid of sort of contraband items. That's probably what I should do. Because at the moment I can't deal with anyone really. Yeah.
Make it quick, Outlander.
The speed... It's not even a brisk walk, it's like... that's probably my low athletics value though. We started from 5. I don't think it's even 10 at the moment.
What say you?
I really don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Why do you approach?
I want to join the Thieves Guild. You look like you may have some skill. You want to join? Or maybe you want to know what we're all about? Yeah, let's hear the rules. Just remember, there is honor among thieves. Do not steal from a brother thief. Everyone else is a mark. Do not attack a brother thief. Do what you will to everyone else. If you have a price on your head, we have ways of taking care of it. If you break these rules, you must speak with one of the masterminds here in Vardenfell to regain your good standing. Think you can handle it? Yes. You are now a toad in the Thieves Guild. Welcome, Brother Thule. Talk to me when you want some odd jobs to do, and when you think you're ready for advancement. If you have a price on your head, there are those you can talk to as well. Okay, price on my head. How about services? I can talk about services. If there's a price on your head, there are a few people who can make it go away. In Balmora, talk to Fane Real. In Aldrune, it's Tongue Toad. In Cedric Mora, Ricinia. And you should speak to Crazy Legs Arantamo in Vivek. They're the people who can take care of those nasty bounties. Or a prize. Training. Barter. Can only serve higher ranks. No one questions your skills as a thief, but some question your loyalty. You should do more jobs for your brother thieves. Okay, give me a job. A good friend of Habasi wants a diamond. Nalkeria the alchemist has diamonds. A friend wants a diamond from Habasi. Narkaria of Whitehaven had diamonds last time Habasi sniffed out her store. Bring Habasi a diamond. Her shop is in the northwest side of town. Go across the river, turn right and keep going. If you reach the temple, turn left. I guess we need to talk to people, say if we can summon to barter or train. Ooh. Sneak, block, medium armor. Okay.
Alright, I'm listening.
Who are you? I'm in the guild. Thieves Guild? Any job or lead for me, Toad? How the fudge?
What's your story?
I'm wondering how the hell am I going to... I can't use Kuma or Moonsugar to deal with any of the shopkeepers, even Thieves Guild ones, so I have no idea how the hell am I going to get rid of that. They're too valuable for me to... It's like a 1,000 gold worth of stuff there. Torch, iron arrow, iron knife, iron club, chitin shorts. I have more gold than the shopkeeper here. I'll take my steel broad. How do you trade here? 28. We don't have much to offer. I'm selling a slave bracelet. Lean. I'll sell at least one. 29. Thank you, please come again. Okay, doing trading seems to improve relations. I need to find the alchemist. Wait. Go across the river, turn right.
Make it quick, Outlander.
We now talked about services. Although constant manner. Faithful. Yeah. The Mages Guild might be a good place to visit first, though. We might get
I'm waiting.
some things for free. The Mages Guild is west of the river, one street up from the water side, at the open plaza just north of the Silstrider port. If you were planning to join the Mages Guild, you want to talk to Granny's Atlas. So, that's north, so here and probably right. Left or right? No, that's not it. I don't think these symbols are...
Don't press your luck. You're on
random.
your honor.
Is that a fighter skill? Armor. Okay. That's probably mage skill. That's fighter skill. Yeah. So, mage skill. Are you looking for me? You want to join the Mages Guild? Yes. Yes. You look like the sort we could use in the Mages Guild. Will you take the Mage's Oath and join the guild? What's the oath? Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from other guild members. Does this appeal to you? Sure. So we'll have to be very careful about stealing within the guild. Probably better to avoid it unless it's something unique. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. Welcome, associate. When you are ready, you can ask for duties to perform, and once you are ready, you can ask me about advancement. Can I get a promotion? You meet our requirements, Thule, but you have not yet completed the duties expected of an apprentice. Okay, tell me about the requirements. Guild of Mages only accepts candidates of keen intelligence and dominant will. Candidates must exhibit mastery in the great schools of magic, destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Candidates must also display practical knowledge of enchantments and alchemical processes. Ooh. Somebody said Larius Barrow over at Fort Moonmoth is looking for you. Said he wanted to talk to you. Don't know what about. Huh. Okay, duties. I don't have any duty for an associate. Speak with me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you. Okay, training. Yeah, she only trains higher rank people. And sells spells to higher rank.
What is this about?
Mage's Guild supply chest. Standard Restore Magica potions. Holy crap, did we need these? Fortify willpower. We'll take those two. CB intervention. Dadine's panacea. Cure common disease. Divine intervention. Lesser soul gems. Special flora of Tamriel. Invocation of Azura. For 300 years I have been a priestess of Azura, the Daedric princess of Moonshadow, mother of the Rose, and the queen of the night sky. Every Hogithum, which we celebrate on the 21st of First Seed, we summon her for guidance, as well as to offer things of worth and beauty to her majesty. She is a cruel but wise mistress. We do not invoke her on any Hogithum troubled by thunderstorms, for those nights belong to the Mad One, Sheogorath, even if they do coincide with the occasion. Azura at such times understands our caution. Azura's invocation is a very personal one. I have been priestess to 3 other Daedric princes, but Azura values the quality of her worshippers, the truth behind our adoration of her. When I was a dark elven maid of 16, I joined my grandmother's coven, worshippers of Molag Bal, the schemer prince. Blackmail, extortion, and bribery are as much the weapons of the witches of Molag Bal as is dark magic. The invocation of Molag Bal is held on the 20th of Evening Star, except during stormy weather. This ceremony is seldom missed, as Molag Bal often appears to her cultists in mortal guise on other dates. When my grandmother died in an attempt to poison the heir of Firewatch, I re-examined my faith in the cult. My brother was a warlock of the cult of Boethia, and from what he told me, the Dark Warrior was closer to my spirit than the treacherous Molag Bal. Boethia is a warrior princess who acts more overtly than any other Daedrath. After years of skulking and scheming, it felt good to perform acts for a mistress which had direct, immediate consequences. Besides, I liked it that Boethia was a Daedra of the Dark Elves. Our cult would summon her on the day we called the Gauntlet, the 2nd of Sun's Dusk. Bloody competitions would be held in her honor, and the duels and battles would continue until 9 cultists were killed at the hands of other cultists. Boethia cared little for her cultists, she only cared for our blood. I do think I saw her smile when I accidentally slew my brother in a sparring session. My horror, I think, greatly pleased her. I left the cult soon after that. Boethia was too impersonal for me, too cold. I wanted a mistress of great depth. For the next 18 years of my life I worshipped no one. Instead I read and researched. It was in an old and profane tome that I came upon the name of Nocturnal. Nocturnal the Night Mistress, Nocturnal the Unfathomable. As the book prescribed, I called to her on her holy day, the 3rd of Hearthfire. At last I had found the personal mistress I had so long desired. I strove to understand her labyrinthine philosophy, the source of her mysterious pain. Everything about her was dark and shrouded, even the way she spoke and the act she required of me. It took years for me to understand the simple fact that I could never understand Nocturnal. Her mystery was as essential to her as savagery was to Boethia and treachery was to Molag Bal. To understand Nocturnal is to negate her, to pull back the curtains cloaking her realm of darkness. As much as I loved her, I recognized the futility of unraveling her enigmas. I turned instead to her sister Azura. Azura is the only Daedra princess I have ever worshipped who seems to care about her followers. Malak Bal wanted my mind, Boethia wanted my arms, and Nocturnal perhaps my curiosity. Azura wants all of that, and our love above all. Not our abject slavering, our honest and genuine caring in all its forms. It is important to her that our emotions be engaged in her worship, and our love must also be directed inward. If we love her and hate ourselves, she feels our pain. I will for all time have no other mistress. Special flora. The poppy in both black and white varieties may be found growing wild in the mountains of Hammerfell. Their succulent pods are often the only nourishment for adventurers who find themselves in the wilderness without rations. It is said that black and white poppies embedded together have magical properties. When they are crushed and mixed with the milk of the agile-footed mountain goat, the resulting potion allows the user to glide safely above ground. Fire fern, a perennial herb, is native to the province of Morrowind. The flowers are inconspicuous and often hidden. The glossy, evergreen foliage and blossoms are resistant to conditions of high heat and bright light. A petal from this plant placed under the adventurer's tongue will provide protection from the heat and fire of the lava pits and thermal streams around Dagoth-Ur. Dragon's tongue, a common name for a fern-like herb found in Black Marsh, is especially prolific around the area of the Wultherres swamp. It is a beautiful white flower whose name comes from the fire-red fronds that protect its golden efflorescence. As pretty as it is, however, it is a deadly poison to most living beings and needs to be avoided by adventurers, especially unprotected ones, as it is lethal to the touch. It is said, however, that Argonians can handle the plant and use the sap derived from its roots to enhance their endurance. Domica redwort is a herb grown by many residents of the Valenwood for their beautiful and showy flowers. They attain a height of about 3 feet and sport feathery leaves. The flowers are usually bright red. In addition to their beauty, they are said to have the magical ability of enhancing the appearance of anyone who carries or wears one of the blooms. Ironwood nut is a hard-shelled fruit that comes from the ironwood trees growing deep in the forest of Skyrim. The wood of these trees is hard as the metal after which it is named. Very rare black variety of ironwood is said to produce a nut which is very succulent and believed to greaten the strength of the adventurer who is able to crack its shell and partake of it. The ginkgo leaves, which are found along the banks and rivers of the lakes in Hammerfell, are most inconspicuous, only their peculiar half-moon shape making them noticeable. The edible foliage is very sweet and quite tasty. Legend has it that when mixed properly with the pulp of the aloe plant, the resulting concoction has the ability of increasing one's stamina for a short while. The Somnalius fern can be found in the swamps of Black Marsh. The fronds of this plant are light green and quite delicate. Picking a frond can be very difficult as they usually crumble to the touch, but once retrieved it can be used to put an enemy to sleep for a short while by passing it under his nose. The arrowroot is a thick rubbery tuber. It can be found in the province of Valenwood. The plant is quite difficult to find as its above-ground foliage is very meager and scrawny, but the root itself can be most beneficial to the gatherer as it has magical properties. The paste made from grinding the root is quite wholesome and can improve the user's accuracy with a bow and arrow and other missile weapons. Nightshade is reputed to be a very poisonous herb. However, the variety found in many parts of elsewhere is cherished by Khajiits, who have taken up careers in thievery. Many Khajiits will stuck a piece of nightshade inside their armor to increase their abilities to skulk, hide, and become invisible. So, introduction to some herbs. Not all that important. More herbs. Let me take these. Shit, I hate this when I don't know what I can take and what not. Sneaking around. Ooh.
From where do you hail, friend?
Step right up, fool, and look over my collection of scrolls. How about the flashy and cheap Talbam Scorcher to burn your foes, or Onbusi's Unhinging to open stuck chests and doors. If you're going somewhere dangerous, try some scrolls of vitality and vigor to restore your and health and fatigue. If you're in real trouble, all you'll want CD intervention or divine intervention to transport you instantly to the nearest temple of the nearest imperial shrine. Training. Alchemy, destruction, unarmored. Barter. At least she does business with us and our contrabands. And I dumped the contraband on her. I don't buy that. Don't blame you. Holy Shield. Dire Viper Blade. What are the cost of these things? Nice. Yeah, there. Cast Poison. Value 17. Short blade, one-handed. That might be a good option for us. We have basically an iron dagger. So a dire viper blade sounds a lot better than iron dagger. Yeah. It's only 17 in value. So it's basically a free magical item as far as I'm concerned. This isn't really the shop that I'm interested in though. I'll just buy that. Enchanting. Yeah. But oh yeah. It's better even without the enchantment. For the low price of 17 gold, a decent weapon upgrade. A single hit from that dagger would kill me, for example. Yeah, it does more damage than I have hit points. What was it? Poison 5 to 11 points. Well, not quite. 5 to 11 points of extra damage. That at minimum it almost doubles our dagger damage. Triples if we're lucky. Looking for an alchemist. I cannot think with all these interruptions. Please leave me alone. Yeah, moon sugar. Can't do anything with the moon sugar and skooma. Spell making. Fusion spells. Okay. Shock damage. This is too crappy of a spell even for us. Poison. Paralysis. Earwig. Sound. 3 to 8 points for 5 seconds. I have no fucking clue what this does. Flea bite. Damage fatigue. Damage intelligence. Burden. Feather. This is basically gives you more carry weight. Poisonous touch. Ooh, that's 15 to 40 points of poison damage. But poison resistance is quite a common thing. So again, I'm not a fan. Bound boots, bound helm, bound longbow. I wonder if it provides arrows. I'll test. It's very useful if it does provide arrows. If it doesn't, it's not.
You have my attention.
We can drink a few potions to get the restored. Yeah. That should be enough.
First the vision, then the conjuration. This is unsettling.
What type of blow is it? It's yeah, we don't get arrows, so it's a good blow though.
How interesting. A tourist.
Yeah, but she used to. A little advice. Use the Spellmaker. It's cheap and custom designed spell tailored to your skills, magic reservoirs and spellcasting style will always outperform the standard spells you buy from surface casters. Training. Too expensive. Spells. Ooh. Fire Shield. Charming Touch. 2200. Holy crap. Calm Creature. Calm Humanoid. Frost Shield. Buoyancy. Swift Swimming. Water Breathing. That might be a good spell to have. Conduci's Open Door. Open 50 points for 1 second touch. Yeah, I think I'll buy that. We don't have to use lockpicks for everything. We probably don't have enough skill to open 50. That's an average door, average lock, I think. Conduci's Open Door. Levitate. It's some sort of a flight, basically, I guess. Not really needed at the moment. We could buy a summoning spell. Skeletal Minion or Lesser Bone Walker. The current creature we have is totally useless. No, I'm not buying that. I need to be able to deal with the
Looking for something in particular?
alchemy situation first. Until that, I'm not wasting too many resources.
Yes, what is it?
So 6 will be our Caduceus Open Door. I am Massalini Marianne the Breton Guild Guide. I provide instantaneous transport between various major guild halls on Vardenfell. What is your destination? Can also help with local information. You need services? We're looking for some specific place or someone in particular. Ah, yeah, he's guiding us. Ooh, found longsword, mace, battle axe, spear, longbow. Reflect. Soul trap. Weak spell drinker. We have a much stronger spell drinker, naturally. Yeah, for 11 gold we can teleport around the continent.
What do you want? Over there.
Yeah.
That's no.
Journeyman Alembic. German Retort. Apprentice Calcinator. Ajira is the one we're here to meet. Are you going to trade with us? I want to rid of the skooma. Yes. Ah, thank God. That's 500 gold worth of stuff right there. I'll also get rid of the moon sugar. It's more trouble than it's worth. That's 730 gold worth of stuff. Okay. Master's Morsel and Pestle. Value 2,400. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, Journeyman seems like the right price range. We don't have a Mortal or Pestle, that's the main thing you need. Retort and Alembic. I'll take the Journeyman. Retort. Alembic. Might as well take the Apprentice Calcinator. Holy shit, it weighs 25, I'm not going to take that. I can't afford the master version. No way. Ooh. There is an alchemist in the city. Yeah, potion of cure common disease. Or poison, water breathing. I'll take, Night Eye, invisibility. Want restore Magica potions. Okay, there's one. Restore Magica properties in anything. Comberry. It's fairly cheap, so we'll take all. Yeah. So that should give us 400 gold and a lot of useful items. So help in a fight. Ajira sells potions, restore health, okay. Local brews. Mace, Flynn, Sujama. They make you as strong as a Kagati and half as smart. Telvanni Bark Musk. Ajira does not like the Telvanni, even Khajiit like the smell of bark musk. Try some and smell how all the women like you. Okay, duties. Yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms. To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of luminous Rasula, violet coprinus, bungler's bane, and hypophasia. I think I have at least 2 of those, not sure about the other 2. Ajira knows you can find all of these on the Bitter Coast. The easiest way is to go south along the river Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Get out of the river there and find a path west of the hills. Okay, let's ask about mushrooms. Short, smelly toadstool, which is brown on top. Long-stemmed toadstool, which glow blue at night. Bungler's bane. Grows on trees and sometimes other things. It looks like the tree has brown shells. Arira warns you not to eat Bungler's bane. A hypophasia. Looks like Bungler's bane and grows like a shell on trees and other things. Hypophasia is safe to eat, but make sure it's not Bungler's bane. Let's look at our mushroom situation. We have Bungler's bane. Luminous Rasula. Hypophasia. And was it the violet corpus? I think we have it all. Do we? Mushroom. Yes, here they are. Yes, these are all good samples. Now Ajira can write the report and be a journeyman of the Mages Guild. Ajira has made potions for you to take in return. Ajira is no great alchemist yet. Ajira thinks you can use the 4 cheap restore health potions. More duties? Yes. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir that Ajira would be a journeyman before Galbadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give Galbadir a fake soul gem. Ajira has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Galbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Mariah Dren, so no one will see you do this thing. Okay. I think I'll do this and then I'll end. This is taking a bit more time than I thought. There she is.
All right, I'm listening.
I'm running as fast as I can. Am I supposed to trade these? I didn't read that. Didn't read that. Luck level 90. Holy crap. Is that it? I'm okay if that is. This has given me a lot of resources to use. I'm going to use one of the standard restore Magica potions. Yep. At least we have some combat capability now. Not a lot, but I can survive even a serious fight now.
Sarah?
Take soul gem. You have put the gem in the disco as Ajira asked. Ajira thanks you. More duties. Ajira must now study local flowers. Yes, Ajira must study flowers now. Ajira needs samples of golden canet, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. These can all be found in the shores of Lake Amaya. Southeast out of Balmora. A gold canet. yellow flowers and broad dark green leaves. The leaves are spiny, so Ajira wants you not to touch the leaves. Sunflower petals. Sunflowers are dark blue and their stems bend towards the ground when they are in bloom. The leaves look like they were folded along the stems. Willow anther. Willow flowers are reddish and tall, but they do not bend to the ground like stone flowers. Their leaves are long and thin. Heather. Heather has needles like the trees in Skyrim and High Rock, but it grows near the ground and sends pink flowers.
What was that?
Master's Mortal. It's so... I'm not gonna steal from them.
Yes, sir?
Okay, I think that's enough for one day.
Yes, Breton? What do you want?
We still have... We need few alchemical items. Retort and Alembic is a good one, but Mortal and Pestle are the thing that you need to make anything. So without that we can't do crap. These are just support items. So I'm going to end it here, but next time we'll have to go meet the alchemist.
What is this about?
I'd like to find her place of business right now. In fact, bookseller. Okay.
What say you?
What? This is Redoran something. 8 plates. Some kind of establishment. That's probably a temple or some such. It's definitely on this side of town though. Yep. We need to visit it for the Thieves Guild anyway. We're probably going to do some of these smaller tasks now to find out. To get things going. Get some equipment, items, experience, Grandmaster, holy crap. Sir. Apprentice. I'm not gonna take apprentice unless I absolutely have to. Although, might as well get things over with right now. Water. Do you have a journeyman? Grandmaster. Apprentice. Journeyman, mortal and petal. 400 value. That's good enough for us now. The calcinator. Ooh. Okay, it's a lot cheaper than anything else. Yeah, so as the Master Calcinator isn't all that weighty, but it has a lot of weight, but it's not all that expensive, so the more higher quality, the less they weigh. I'll take the calcinator. I'm not sure this is a good idea. I mean, carrying the equipment with us. But at the moment, I don't know any. I don't know better. 45 willpower. We sell these. I don't really see an immediate use for myself. And it would make the cost go down a bit. It's already costing me 400, so... yeah, do it. So, finally...
What assistance do you need?
We have all we need to make good potions. We can upgrade them as needed. journeyman for the most part and 1 master part. So I think our situation on that front is actually quite good at the moment. Where the hell is the calcinator? Let's see it. Pretty sure I paid for it though, so I'd like to have it. Retort Vessel Limby. Where's the goddamn calcinator? It's not there, not there. Okay, we had stoneflower petals. Where the fudge is the calcinator? I clearly don't have it because my weight didn't increase all that much, but I'm pretty sure I paid for it. That's horse crap. Well, I'll end things here anyway. I can recheck the video footage to see if I actually bought it or not. If I did, I'll just load something a bit earlier and try to deal with it one way or another. I'm not. It was quite expensive overall, so who use it? Yeah, I definitely don't have it. Grr. Yeah, well, that's a problem we'll solve another time.